Hi guys, we're here at Be Busy Inc. and you know we're doing the Fight the Stigma campaign. And we're here with JoJo, who has been gracious enough to spend some time with us to talk about living boldly with HIV. We just want to know, tell us a little bit about your HIV story.
Okay, so I was diagnosed in 2014, and then I became undetectable very quickly in 2014 at the very beginning. I had no symptoms or anything like that. I was actually at a burlesque red light spoken word event, and they had testing that night through AIDS Foundation Houston. And so with that, I was like, oh, let me just go get tested. Hadn't gotten tested probably in like 3 months. And then it came back preliminary positive. And I was like, oh, okay. I got up that morning and texted my brother and my brother-in-law in a group message separate from like family group message. And it was like, hey, when y'all both have some free time, when y'all are near mama and when you're near my sister, text me and let me know that y'all ready for me to call because I have something I got to tell y'all. So I called them, told them, of course, everybody was emotional. The reason why everybody in my family was emotional, I lost an uncle to HIV. It took a toll on my family because that was something we hadn't been affected with beforehand, haven't been impacted with. And so when it came back again, having to tell my family, because after I called my mom and my brother, of course, everybody meets at my grandma's house on Sunday, like most of us in our community. We meet after church on Sunday at Granny's. And so everybody was over there. Literally, everybody was over there that particular Sunday. So it all just like put itself in a line. Fast forward, come home for Christmas that year, and it wasn't like anything was different. Nobody treated me different. Nobody was like, hey, here's your spoon, your fork, your knife. Because people do go through that. But my family wasn't that. Everybody was very loving. They were like, you look so great. Even though I know like I looked a hot mess. So it was just like.
So you were talking about how your family reacted when you got the initial diagnosis. How did you feel?
I was just like, whew. That's how I felt. It was just like a piece of me just like gotten taken out of my body. I didn't feel like I was about to die or anything like that. I was just like, whew, now I got to think about like this new way of life. Because I know I'm going to have to get on some form of medication. I know I'm going to have to do things differently. I know I'm going to have to start telling people about my status. I know I'm going to have to, do X, Y, and Z. I didn't know if it was going to affect my job. Didn't know if it was going to affect my friendships. I didn't know if it was going to affect like my relationship with family. So all this was turning around in my head in that moment. But like there were so many people I talked to, like my family members, etc., that just assured me that everything was going to be okay.
Oh, that's beautiful because some people don't have those family members.
Yeah, I was very blessed and fortunate to have that for sure.
And I'm just so surprised of how soon you talked to your family about that. So
I'm a very like punctual person, so I have to like put things out there like right then. Cause I can't sit and be like, oh, wait on this.
Yeah.
Right? Because then in the back of my head, I'm beating myself up because I'm not telling anybody.
Right. Well, that's so beautiful. I'm so happy you're so open.
Yeah.
So with being open, how are you about, just sharing your diagnosis? Do you feel like it's something that you should always do? Are you an advocate?
Personally, I am a person that I share it instantly. So like profiles, I have it on there. When I've gone on dates outside of profile meets things, like just in person, let's chit chat, woo woo. That's usually like what I bring up within the like third or fourth date if it gets led to a third or fourth date. Or like being transparent if like sex is getting ready to happen at some point, right? That's like a conversation I'm having like right then and there. But for me, I feel like it's my own personal thing as to why I'm open. Like I don't like to waste time. Because what I found is that when I haven't said anything, these people have like made me out to be this great individual, right? But on the same flip side, it's like, dang, when I said it's like I became a whole different person to them.
Wow.
And I know people like personally know people who refuse to like disclose their status to anybody because of what it leads to for them, and they're like, well, I'm using condoms with everybody, and I don't feel like I need to tell anybody. Woo, woo, woo. At the same token, it's just like I feel a type of way because a person like me who's very open, I get shut down a lot, right? And then a person who is not necessarily open but definitely has it, but somebody is looking at them and wants to pursue them, they don't really get the shut down because they haven't disclosed it.
Yeah.
So oftentimes people are like, JoJo, you don't need to tell people that. That's too personal. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They don't need to know all that. It's date number one, date number two. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Again, I say, I don't feel like wasting my time because if that's something that's hindering you from wanting to be longevity with somebody, we good after date number one, boo. Like we don't have to. That's all we got to do.
Honestly,
So,
yeah, I love that because it just eliminates who's not for you and it attracts exactly who is for you.
Right, right.
So that's just living your truth altogether.
Yeah, that's true.
And you said something about people have this stigma or they start looking at you a different way because they aren't educated.
Right.
So what would you like the people who don't really know much about HIV, they just are kind of blocked off to it, what do you want people to know about HIV?
People should visit places like here or like other advocacy places that especially geared towards like HIV and AIDS patients, right? And just knowing that like there's so much more out there, right, that you can get from a person outside of this.
Yes.
Right? Something that really eats me up is like the respect factor of how people talk to you after they find out that you have HIV, living undetectable.
Right.
And so that's something that bugs the crap out of me, like unconditionally. Like I literally got into it with somebody over there because it's just like let's not get disrespectful just because you feel some type of way about it. Yeah. It's not like something I asked to just fall from the sky into my body. It's not like that, right? And so, yeah, I mean, that's my main thing. Like, just visit places and get a true education on what it is because internet is going to tell you certain things, but it's not going to tell you everything.
It's not.
So,
did you ever go through a stage when living with HIV where you felt down? And if so, how did you pull yourself out?
So I went through a phase of that when I was dating a guy. When we got serious about the dating, like, oh, we're getting ready to be exclusive. Let's go make it happen. And literally I'll never get that night. We had the conversation about like becoming exclusive. I brought it up when that happened and we had the conversation and he literally was like, okay, can you get your bags and leave?
Wow.
And I was like, that's fine. I mean, we Gucci. I'm fine, or at least, because you got to live with this now.
Right.
And so I think that whole week afterwards, I was really down, though, because I was just like, I wasted a lot of my freaking time. Like, a lot of my freaking time on that. And in the same token, especially now, like, the person that's come back and trying to talk to me again, and you are now living with it, right? I told him, like, now you understand what's going on, right? And I hope that like it just now has like brought a clear mind for you. Hate that this happened to you. It's very unfortunate that it had to happen to you in order for you to like change your perception. But learn to be more kind, right? And I hope this will teach you to be more kind. And that's literally the last words I said to him was like, I hope this teaches you to be more kind.
Wow.
So.
And I just think that's exactly how we can end this because at the end of the day, whether you're anything, if people could just learn to be more kind and get educated, the world would be so much happier and we could all just have fun.
That's like a dream world.
Yes.
We're living in reality, unfortunately, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any last words that you want to say?
Well, one, I want to talk to the people that are living with HIV and that are living undetectable, especially, and things don't seem to be going your way. Don't give up. There will be a time, there will be a day for you. I firmly believe that for everybody, because there's somebody literally out there for everybody. Been a witness that it is. And I'm very happy for those people that have found love. And yours is coming soon. And if it doesn't, you love yourself first, more importantly than anything. And I know that sounds very cliche. Everybody's always talking about loving yourself, boo, boo, boo. But it's very important that you do that. Just don't give up on your fight, because it's still a fight, so don't give up on your fight. And then to the people that are allies, like friends, check up on those friends and support those friends wholeheartedly. Support those family members wholeheartedly. And then most importantly, educate yourself so that you can educate other people that are close to you for the sake of the person that is already living with this. Yeah, I think that's
You're
it.
so amazing. Those are great words.
I'm just trying to be a vessel.
Thank
That's
you
all.
so much.
No
You
doubt.
definitely are. So that's it. Be busy out.